Hello everybody, how's it going today? It's Frankie here, and I wasn't planning to record the video because I didn't know what to talk about, but something came to me a few days ago. Like, this topic came to me, and it's similar to types of people that annoy me, but this is going to be things that annoy me, part 1. Maybe it's a part 1, I don't know. I wasn't planning to make a video, so if I'm very hesitant, I do apologize. I wasn't really preparing this video, but I'll get straight to it. One of the things that annoys me is when, have you ever tried to take like a fizzy drink out from a fridge, or when you just bought a fizzy drink from the shop and you kind of open it and it kind of like like there's a froth going up to the top and it spills everywhere. That's one thing I hate. That's one thing that annoys me to death. And yeah, I know, because the drink potentially warm and that happens, but you try your best to be careful and it just still comes out. That's one of the things that annoys me right there. Another thing that annoys me is when you're cleaning somewhere, in a house or wherever you are, office or wherever it is, and you're cleaning somewhere and you think you've done everything, you think, okay, that's fine. Somebody else will walk into the room, that same room you just cleaned, and pick out some dirt that you already cleaned, and you just stand there like, what? Like, you've literally just cleaned the whole place, and all of a sudden somebody comes in and it's like, oh, see, this is dirty here, but then you actually cleaned everything. You must have some bad luck. You must be cursed to have that happen to me. That used to happen to me back when I used to work at Farringdon, right? And that used to annoy me when I used to clean so much. And yeah, I wasn't the best. I could have done better, but I did my hardest. And because it's a high standard workplace, you know, it's an office type workplace, it's pretty difficult to keep everything like spick and span. It's hard to keep up, and it's hard to not, you know, not check things and not make sure everything's clean. And I always used to clean everywhere, and there was always used to be a piece of dirt that was up, and I don't even think it was my fault. Like, I used to just clean a room, go out of it, and then somebody else would spill something in that room, and I used to get blamed for that, not cleaning or checking it. That can happen. So I didn't do what they expected to go back into the room. That's the thing that annoys me the most right there. And yeah, it's just that's the. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced these type of problems, but you know, that problem at least when you're doing something. And another thing is when you're trying to look for something in a room, say for example it's messy or it's clean, you're trying to look for something, and yeah, I think it could be a parent thing too. Like, parents walk into a room and they find what you were looking for. Like, you checked everywhere, but I don't know, it's parents that do this too. Can be like friends or whoever else. Mostly come with parents or other family members. They'll walk into that room, they'll search up a place that you've checked, but then they'll search up an area that you don't even remember losing the item at. Like, they'll come into it and be like, let's just call this person John, isn't it? Like John Smith or whatever, right? If you don't know why I'm calling saying John Smith, is because that's a reference to Doctor Who. Like, the Doctor had a secret name or something, if I remember correctly. But let's just say the child's called John Smith, right? The mum or dad comes and says, what's going on? What are you looking for, John? And John just goes, I've lost something around this room. I come where I dropped it. It was around here somewhere. It's not there. But then when the mum or dad finds it, the mum or dad looks at like an area, they're like, wait a minute, what's it doing over there? What's going on? Why are you looking over there, mum or dad? And they find exactly what that the child was looking for right there, and they pick up. It's like, wait, how'd that get there? It's almost like you've had a crazy Mandela effect moment where you don't even remember losing it in that area that your parents checked. Excuse me. It's like your parents come with a sixth sense about things. Like, yeah, you know what? It's like they're psychic. They just automatically know where you've lost something. And it's like, yeah, I think my child might have lost the item or whatever they're looking for over there. I got a feeling. It's like this energy. That's the one thing that annoys me the most. Another thing, and I'm sure a lot of you hate this sort of situation, is when you're mopping the floor, whatever, say your workplace or whatever it is, and you kind of put a bit too much water on the ground, and you have to just keep wiping it. You have to just dry it again, then just wipe it again. I can understand the invention of the mop. I just thought they should invent something a little bit more easier, where you don't have to constantly empty out the mop all the time and wring it out. I think there's an invention for that. It's just so annoying. You put all that, you're mopping the floor, and you also can't seem to get some dirt off. And people say the dirt's been there for years, but some dirt sticks to the floor. You scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, and it just doesn't come. When somebody else comes in, it's like somebody else's magic hands. Those magic hands work on the mop, and it's like, oh yeah, wiping it. It could be like a family member, friend again, comes into it and starts wiping, and it's clean. How? Literally, how is it not? How was it not clean when you were doing it, but it was clean when somebody else did it? That's the thing that really gets to me the most, is that. Oh my word, I can't stand when that happens. And it's like, how did you get it correctly and I didn't? It's kind of like you're cursed. It's kind of we're all cursed when we go through these situations. Another thing that annoys me, playing a game, right? This is to a game related type stuff. When you're playing a game and it freezes. Oh, a lot of us gamers have experienced this. I can't stand it. And you don't even save it in that moment, right? It's worse if it's an autosave type of game, because you have to then autosave, and if it saves but then it turns off, then it might not have saved. I need to go through the whole part again. Oh my god. And it freezes too, and you have to restart it. Oh man, I hated that. I hate that. It happens to me quite a lot of times, and it's something to do. People say the reason why things freeze is because of storage. I don't think so. If you play a game for long enough and it gets repetitive, it's gonna freeze because you played it so many times and you have so much data into it. It might clog up a bit, or you know, when I play a new game, it doesn't happen like that. So it's nothing to do with storage or anything. It's just probably depends on the game and how it works and how much you played it for. Like, I just think because when you play a game, the disc kind of not gets scratched, but the game just keeps scanning it and uses it, so it is going to get a bit ruined. And that's the case with every game that people play. Not a lot of people know that. It's kind of like using a phone or an iPad, right, or tablet, whatever you use. You're using it, and an app freezes. It's something with the wrong with the app. It's not the storage. It's not storage. Wouldn't make it anything freeze up. Yeah, it can clog something, but wouldn't freeze anything and struggle to make anything work. It's nothing to do with that. And that's the one thing I hate, when an app freezes and you just keep tapping, but then the app just refreshes itself. Oh my god, come on, man. I mean, it's just why can't these companies or whoever owns these apps actually make some updates or refresh or whatever, because it's not really working. They need to tweak a few things and fix the bugs in it. That's what gets to me the most, you know. But what else? Oh yeah, when you're trying to, how can I explain this one? When you're trying to take something out, like remove something, and it's sort of like, it says I've ever taken something out the freezer, and it's full, and that what you're taking out is frozen with all the ice. That annoys the hell out of me. I know it's ice, I know it's a freezer, so things are gonna freeze, but you have to really, and your hands get all like as if, you know, they're freezing to death, and you feel like you're about sweating, and you feel like chopping them off, like, which I won't go that far, but you know what I mean. It's like you could develop frostbite just by trying to take what you have to take off in the freezer. Even wearing gloves, that's happened to me a few times. Wearing gloves makes no difference. People think it does. It really doesn't make a difference. You have to really pull it out, and even take out the ice makes no difference. And when you look at the packet, you know when you look at the package, you know what you need to take out. It's hard to understand why that particular thing got stuck to begin with. I can't say if it's like a pizza box or like an ice cream tub. If it's like a regular packet, it's hard to be why it got stuck, unless it was behind something. That's the thing that annoys me the most, you know. Another thing that annoys me is when you have to be somewhere quick, and when you're late for something, things don't go your way. That when you have to go work, or you have to meet somebody or wherever it is, right, and you're running a bit late, buses or trains or whatever else tends to come a bit late. And that doesn't happen to everybody, but it comes later on, and you just say, oh my god, I need to be somewhere quick, hurry up. And there's traffic. Things tend to not go your way when you get somewhere a bit later than usual, because that's usually when everything starts to kick in, and when you if you leave your place a bit earlier, you get some good luck out of it, because it's almost like life rewards you from leaving somewhere later. That's the thing that gets to me the most, and I've had that before. Or if you have to be somewhere and there's a whole load of people, especially if there's a bus strike and train platforms are packed, and you're just standing there like squashed. It feels like being at a football match. I know the feeling of having to be squashed a little bit at a football match. There's loads of people, it's overwhelming. This is crazy. And you have to squeeze into a train and more people keep coming. I'm scared. I've got a thing where I'm scared of going down the stairs when it's packed. Because I could easily get like pushed, shoved. This is why I hold into the railing like really tight. I grab them tightly that and just go down, slowly at least, or rush, or whatever the situation is. That thing annoys me the most. That really does get to me. And the train platform is packed, it's squashed. And I'm scared to even push into something, because what if it's like an old person and I push them back or nudge them and they fall and hurt themselves? People look at me. I've had embarrassing moments, but not like that. That would really embarrass me. Or especially if I hit like a big dude back and he's like, "You out there, mate? You alright?" Yeah, I'm good. It's just not, so I always apologise anyway, but then say, "Really? Okay. At least you apologise to me." But some of them are friendly, some of them just a bit moany and can't stand those type of people. Or if you hit a kid by accident, their parent goes, "So you already hit my child by accident? Sorry. And so there's too many people here." A lot of people agree with you. I mean, if you live in London like I do, you would understand the hell, the hassle and the craziness that goes on when it's packed. Like people talk about getting a car. Yeah, but a car, you get stuck in traffic. That's even worse. That's way, way worse. Because you can't get out unless you park. At least with a train or bus, you can leave. And that's something that's lucky. Because when you get on a packed train or bus in London, it's hell. It's like you're living in hell. And because it being the capital city, it's going to be more people, and there's more. Don't get me, there's more opportunities, there's more to do here. That's why there's a whole lot of people, but it's too much. Like even on a bus, when you have to get at the back door. Wow, and yeah, especially when you're upstairs, because this is what everybody does. If you don't live in London, you won't understand the stress and hassle. Even if you just come here on holiday, like being born here alone, yeah, it's fun. London's a fun city to be in. Fun. It's good towns, good other mini cities I call them. Like Wembley and other type of places too. Like that. It's just great, but it comes with its cons. Obviously, too many people, too expensive. It's just too. That's why people are moving out. At the same time, but it's still great to live in. Some of the time, it's not all bad. But yeah, people understand that the hell it is and the hassle is having to, when you go up on the top, because when you go on the top deck, that's usually when people are going on longer journeys. But not being necessarily long. If you feel like going, you feel like going upstairs. But then you come downstairs and it's packed, and you say, "Excuse me, sorry, coming through, excuse me." It's almost like you're like one of those people that says, it's like you got you're at the hospital or something. "Coming through, sorry, excuse me, coming through." It's like, it's just too much. This is why I think there should be buses where they have a third door. I know the 18 used to, if you don't live in London, you won't know what I'm talking about here, but it's so interesting for me to talk about. It's like maybe it's like the 18 bus that was long, right? And they had that little thing in between to join it together as some sort of, that looked like a harmonic in the middle. It was a strange looking bus back then. And I first used to have 3 doors, and you were able to tap anywhere. But now the 18 just turned into like a regular double decker. Don't know if it's been like that for years now. And they should really have the Oyster cards just so you can tap on anywhere. And that's the thing that always used to annoy me, is that if I was to run out of money, or I was overdrawn and it doesn't work on the bus, oh my god, you either have to leave or you get those lucky bus drivers that tell you to actually go through. Oh my word, I used to be embarrassing. Imagine people looking at you, be like, "Oh god, what's this guy doing, man? Seriously." And yeah, so that's practically how it is on buses anyway in London. But on days when it's not packed, it's really enjoyable. You just get on the bus and get back off. This is why I feel like buses. Well, buses are more packed, during school times when kids finish school. That's when it used to be hell. Especially when I used to be in school, it used to be packed. And yeah, I mean, if you get on a bus, you'd be lucky to get on a bus that isn't packed. Same with trains. But being on the bus and train on a good day is the best. It's quiet. It's more easy to get off. That sort of thing. But here's the thing that also gets on my nerves too. Is when you always have a disturbance on the bus and it breaks down somewhere you don't need to be at. This had a time when I was on my way to see my daughter at the hospital. I think it was a 9 to 8 bus or something like that broke down or something, and like we were nowhere near where we needed to be, where I needed to be, because it was just me. And it's a shame because I think it was one of those electrical buses, and there's some electrical buses where you could charge your phone on, which I should have had for like past 10 years now. It was just brilliant. I mean, no, not just brilliant, but those charge buses are brilliant. I mean, I wouldn't say it's brilliant me being a bus booked, but you know what I mean. But it was just brilliant to finally to actually get there and just actually get a new bus. That was the even part. But it's just like it stops where we're still far away at. Oh my god. That's the thing I don't like. I can't stand that. I mean, if you've gone through these issues, just let me know and tell me what you think. But I can't stand when that happens. I really can't. Very rarely have I been on buses that broken down. Unless you're on like a short journey and you don't necessarily need to get on buses for a long journey, or you don't necessarily need to have too many more stops away, that's fine. That's easier, and that's more of like, oh god, at least we can walk it there. But if you have to get in, like, if you need to go up in 20 stops, wow, yeah, that can be hell. Especially in the bus space on there's traffic going there. Nope, not for me. Or another thing that I can't stand, and I think this is quite common as well, is trying to order something, and you're standing there, and you just don't know what you want to order, and you have to stand there for ages, and you can order good dishes, and you have loads of people there as well. You got to be. It's embarrassing because you have to stand there forever. That's why I just order something random out of thin air. Like, not random, but again. That's why I have to order something that is on there quickly, so that they'll be like, okay, here's your order. Here you go. That gets someone that really. That's the thing that annoys me the most. Or when you see somebody probably ordering for a long time, or when the service is slow, or when you can't find a seat. Oh man, when you cannot find a seat, that always used to get to me. And then you have to order takeaway and eat it somewhere outside, but you can't eat it just randomly. You gotta find a bench. That's the thing that actually gets on my nerves the most. But yeah, that I really can't stand that. I know a lot of you have been through it. I think everyone damn near that's been to these fast food places has experienced that, and it's annoying. Here's another thing that this is another thing I hate to go through, is when you're halfway walking somewhere and you're dying to go toilet. Oh, this is the killer. I mean, whichever one you need to go for. A piss, it just feels more like it's about to come out, whereas when you do just shit, it hurts when you're holding it in. I never had to do that, but when it comes to pissing, yeah, nah, I can't. I can't with that. I mean, I've had instances where I went to my partner's house, and so that's my baby mum, and I was down to go to the toilet, or instances where I had to walk somewhere else, I was down to go to the toilet. It just, you really want to get there quick. I'd rather die to go to the toilet when I'm a walking distance away from where I need to be. And you just have to hold it. You don't want to make anyone notice that it's weird. And I don't want to piss out on the street like that. I just find like a spot where no one's there, but then even like there's cameras around and stuff like that. Yeah, that's mental. I mean, I pissed outside before. Back in my days of like going to Blythe, of course, that was mad. And I used to drink there too, so yeah, that is crazy. And my bladder is weak as hell. And I do walk, 2 or 3 days a week I walk to where I need to be. and walk it back, and it's good exercise. My body's kind of used to it, but I still don't know why the wheat bladder comes into it. I mean, I also drink fizzy, so yeah, that's another thing that annoys me too. Is that sort of situation right there. Oh boy, what else? I think that's it. I think I might come up with more if I have to, but yeah, I think that's really about it, to be honest. I mean, there's not really much else to discuss. I wasn't planning to make this sort of video. If any more comes into it, I will possibly, make a part 2. But like I said, these are things that annoy me. And yeah, just thought I had to make a video which is similar to types of people I hate. I had to make it a bit more fair. I think I've done like 2 parts of that, I think. Anyway, I'll check. But yeah, anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification below. So I'll see you in my next video.